Hey College Success, this is your video for week 14, which runs November 30th through December 6th. If you can believe it, we are already creeping up on December. So that also means that we are almost done with the semester. We are wrapping up chapter 6 this week, which means our last chapter, chapter 7, will start next week, and that also means your final project is coming up due soon. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into your week 14 folder. This is Chapter 6 continued, so as a quick review, remember Chapter 6 had to do with creating that academic plan and knowing your advisor and the importance of connecting with them, as well as overall knowing the degree requirements, how many degrees you'll have to get for your field, and some components of academic plans like online learning, experiential learning. Then the chapter started to go into networking, which is going to be the basis of your discussion post this week, is talking about the concept of networking. So remember, networking is establishing and maintaining personal and professional relationships with others. Some people still get this confused with social networks. They are not the same thing, although social networks can be used to network. So when I say social network, that can mean anything from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram. Those are social media pages, but networking is taking place in multiple, formats. It can be face-to-face, it can be online, it can be through social media, but it's getting those connections, it's getting your name out there, it's making connections with people so that people know who you are and you know people in the field, and then based on those relationships, you get your foot in the door, or maybe you can move up in your company. So it's kind of the power of knowing different people and them knowing who you are. When social media might come into play with networking is oftentimes, if you are promoting your business or your services online and you get clients that way, or you spread word of mouth that way, that can be used as a form of networking. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's not the same thing. So it is important to network and to build your network and be professional online, because we know that employers could be checking your social media. And we talked about elevator speeches last time, 30 seconds to a minute speech that kind of highlights your accomplishments and your goals and allows you to have something kind of in your proverbial back pocket so that when you're asked about yourself, you're not kind of stuttering and stammering and trying to figure out what to say. We also talked about job search tips and reminded you about the Career Services Office and how they can be helpful in that. And then we started wrapping up the chapter with financial planning and the importance of knowing, how to finance your education, the importance of knowing the difference between all the different types of scholarships and loans, and the importance of good credit, budgeting, and making smart financial decisions. So that is a recap of Chapter 6. So I encourage you to review that as needed. So you are turning in 2 assignments this week. So we click in our assignment area. You're going to go ahead and Chapter 6 quiz is going to be your first assignment that you're completing. So as always, the quizzes, you are going to make sure you answer in complete sentences. So please make sure that you are answering in 2 to 5 complete sentences. And you'll see most of these are straightforward. Question 2, what is it and what are benefits of service learning? Question 5, what are the advantages and disadvantages of credit cards, and what is the best way to establish good credit? So just really pay attention to these 2-part quiz questions, because I am having some people just miss a point or two, overall, because they're not addressing all parts of each of the question on the quiz. So just make sure you're addressing all that, thoroughly. 2 to 5 questions. You do not need to word for word from the textbook. You are putting these in your own words, but you can certainly use the text and the PowerPoints to assist you in answering. The second thing is your Chapter 6 discussion. So for Chapter 6, week 14, you want to make sure that you post by Wednesday, December 2nd for week 14 attendance. And then respond to 2 classmates as well as your Chapter 6 quiz by Sunday the 6th. So your Chapter 6 discussion, I'm going to remind you again, is 250 words or more. The last couple discussion posts, I'm noticing that for some reason people are going and only writing maybe like 2 or 3 sentences for their discussion post, where it needs to be 250 words or more. So your discussion is share a personal example or someone you know, whether it's personally or maybe in the media, about how networking can lead to career opportunities. Again, that does not say social networking, although you could use examples from social outlets such as Twitter or Instagram, maybe TikTok, I'm not sure. So how those could help lead to career opportunities, but that might not apply to every situation. So how have you or someone you've known, either personally or in the media, used networking to gain career opportunities? So think about that, and how maybe can you use professional sites like LinkedIn, use toward networking opportunities. So you're talking about networking, your personal experience or someone you know, how they've used networking, whether that's word of mouth, organizations, online, whatever form that looks like. Okay, so that is your original post for week 14 attendance by Wednesday, December 2nd. Respond to 2 classmates by the 6th and submit your chapter 6 quiz by the 6th as well. That is week 14. Also, in this week, I'm opening up your final project, sorry, let me scroll through here. Final project video, your review will be open. So you'll be able to see this here by the time this week opens, because your final project is due in 2 weeks. Week 16, final project is due. So please, if you have not started, please take some time to go ahead and look through your directions, look through each video. I have it broken down by steps, and then this final video will just kind of do an overview. Down here, you'll see a video with an overview of your final project. So that is week 14. We're almost there, everyone. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great week.